Okay, hello everyone. In this video, we'll show you how to create existing 3D utilities and make them 3D so they can appear in your cross sections. So first thing first, I mean, if you are locally, you know what to do. If you are on project-wise, also you know what to do. Is just make sure you have a model file. MODLRD is going to be one or two. It depends what you have before, and one of them is going to be for existing utilities. So after you have that open, hold right click, let's open two views, the 2D and the 3D, just so we can look at them. So let's look at the 2D views. Here, what do I have? I have the GDTM, which is the surface, and then I have the alignment file, and I have the survey file. That's all I have. First thing you need to do is just to go to activate this. I'm going to deactivate it, so now I'm going to activate the surface. So now that surface is active. And as you can see, when you reference them here, the 2D gonna have the 2D and the 3D gonna have the 3D. So let's just work, it doesn't matter, you can work in the 2D view or the 3D view. Both of them will work. Let's just work on the 3D view because they're just gonna appear better. So let's do that. Let's go to the 3D view for now. So what I wanted to talk about here is sometimes people get the utility files, but they don't get them in a survey. They become separate. But right now, the example that I have here for y'all is, let me highlight. If I click on the highlight, the survey file that I have everything in it. Have, as you see, utility lines, have the geometry, have a lot of things in it. But sometimes you're just gonna get a utility file, UTXRD, separate. If you have that, just reference, that's even better. But since we have that, this is how we're gonna do it, and this is how we're gonna model it. First thing you need to do is make sure here up top, by default is going to be here, but don't do that. Just select drainage and utility, because that's where we need to be. And then let's go to layout. I'll leave this for now. So now what we're going to do is let's just clean up, meaning let's just turn off the stuff that we don't want and keep the stuff that we want. Since we're only modeling existing utilities, that's what we're going to do. So let's do the following. So since I am here in the 3D view, and I'm going to click on the 3D view, you see all the levels that we have here, right? If you know the utilities, and I already know them, just do that, level off, and then select. Let's find the other utilities. I'm turning them off so I can flip them, right? That's my whole goal. And then it will come here. I will hold right click, invert. If I did invert, as you see, turn off everything and just kept the utility for me. That's if you know your file and you know your stuff. But if you don't, this is what we can do. Let's turn back everything on. You can actually, while you're selecting the survey file or the UTX or whatever, it's going to be UTX is going to be even better because you're only going to have utility. But since it's a survey, you can go here to level and do a filter. And hopefully your surveyor is a good surveyor and did this, because not all surveyors do that. So if you have that, you click on filter, you go filter it here by utilities only. So if you clicked on that, it will automatically, see, it turned off everything and just left the utilities for you. So that's one way of doing it. Okay, so now we got them, so let's just model them. This is how I like to model them. Oh, we got a lot of them here. Okay, let's go back again to levels and let's see what he got on for us. So we have this, and then the water parable, and then all these sewers. Okay, cool. So let's turn back in everything on and let's just start one by one. So let's start with the waters, right? So let's turn off all the waters here. Water AB. I'm even doing the sewers too. Water facets, so anything that have water in it. Let's do wells too, wetland. And then now let's just invert and see what it's gonna give us. As you see, we got them here. And you got us this stuff we don't need, so let me just level off these. And what is this? Yeah, this also is not a utility, so let's turn these off. So let's see what it left here for us. Okay, we got the water, no potable water, and water main. There also a water sewer. I don't see it. Okay, let's invert. Yep, these ones, so let's level them off. I think there are ones here too. So this is why it's good. If you got your utility file, you don't have to do all this. Here we go. So now I only have here the water stuff, right? So let's start. So let's do extract from graphic. The method is let's leave it at selection because you get to select them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the water main first. Let's actually select them. I'm selecting the blue, which is the blue lines, and then control on your keyboard and click on this. Make sure you selected it. That's it, because that's the only water main that we have here, right? These are not. So, okay. So then let's go to extract from graphic again. Make sure it's the selection. And for the vertical offset, we usually put it -3, which is 3D under the ground, 3 feet. Wherever your engineer of record is telling you just do that, we usually make them 3 because we don't know where they are. But we want them to be 3 just so they can show in a cross section. And then after you do that, you go here and you select the feature. Since this is a water main, let's go to water segment, existing, and then water main, and then let's select that. As you see, there are 3 levels here, the A, B, C, and D. Again, it depends whatever one you have. As you see, these the one that we have are B, and then A. You need to select them by one and just make them as correct as possible you can, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make all of them A. I'm sorry, B. And then let's select also, after you select the feature of the line, you select the feature of the node. So water manhole. And then click, keep clicking on it, and then escape, right click, and then click. And now you're going to see them in 3D. Here we go. And that's how you go check. So you go check, you see your 2D line here from the survey, but you see under it's already made us a 3D line, which is go down the ground 3 feet, and it gets us where the connections are, junk points. I have the manhole. Let's have you double check, make sure they are working. Yep, it did the same thing here, did the same thing here. Okay, perfect. So let's do the rest for the other thing. So what are these? These are non-potable. If you don't know what these are, I clicked on them, that's why I have the properties here, just so you can see the properties. So what these are, say non-potable water. Okay, yeah, let's model that. I think it's only one line. So again, let's go extract from graphic, and let's go find non-potable. That's existing. Also gonna leave it B. And then for the manhole, you can do it to null if you don't know what it is, because it doesn't matter. Or a water manhole. I'm just gonna leave it null, so I can show you how it looks. And everything is the same. 3. Here we go. And you see when I left it to null point, it didn't put anything here. Basically, it didn't put any feature. The point is still here, but it doesn't have a feature. That's why I don't see it. So now let's do the sewer, right? So let's select them. I'll select these. And then let's go extract from graphic. And let's go to, ooh, where is the sewer? Here we go. And I'm gonna do B2, and then we can do a manhole if you want. So let's do that. Give it a second, it's making them, and ta-da, here we go. And then let's double check, make sure it made them. Here we go, it made them for us. Okay, so what is left here? Let's turn back everything back on. What is left in my case are these, the overhead, utility. So level off, level off. I think those are the only ones. Is there anything else? And then come here, invert. Where are the level? Okay, they are here. Oh, I still have, you see, I still have sanitary selected, so let's unselect these. And also, you can turn these off too for now. Just gonna turn everything off. Just gonna leave in my canvas just the overhead utilities. See, this is the OE. Let's click on it. So these are aerial. So usually we don't model these. It doesn't, because these are not going to show in cross sections because these are over the air. But I'm going to show you how to model them anyway, if you wanted to do that. But they are not mandatory because we don't even use them in cross sections, or at least usually. But if you want to be fancy and do them, let's do that. So I selected all of them. Now let's do extract from graphic. Let's go to communication, existing, and then a cable, aerial. It depends on if it's a fiber. Let's just do fiber optic, and it's aerial. So click on that. And it's a cable, and then let's select communication node, existing. Let's do a column. But here I'm not going to do -3. Here I'm going to do, I don't know how high they are going to be. Again, ask your UR will start to 12 feet, 13 feet. Let's do 15 feet. In air. Give it a second. Okay, we are back. It took a while. I had to pause the video. Okay, here we go. That's why we don't actually model the high ones, but I just did them here just so you can guys see them. So let me rotate the view. As you can see them here, you see them flying in the air. These are the cable ones that I just made. See that? They are here. They are higher, which is what I made, 15 or 13 feet. They are above the ground. So yeah. So that's how you model utility files for your project. So later on you can use them and show them in cross sections. Let me go back here. Double check the 2D also have them. Yep, and that's another way for you to check. If you go back to the 2D, you're gonna see that you have them here. They are good. That's good. Perfect. See, everything is, you see, they have the white line. That's mean there are some 3D element to it. The thing is, they do not appear in the columns that I picked. I have no idea why. Probably the feature definition is not working for some reason. They usually appear, they look cool. They look like poop columns here, but I don't see them. But yeah, it's okay. Okay, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.